Hey guys, let's talk about mitigation block. Mitigation block is when price fails to create a new break of structure. One, then instead of continuing in that expected direction, the market reverses and violated the origin of that failed swing. Price violating the origin of that failed swing is what is known as a mitigation block. Now, let me show you what I mean. Let's say the market was pushing to the upside like this. We are seeing a series of higher highs and higher lows here. Market breaking this structure, giving us another structure like this, coming back either to the origin or stopping somewhere and dishing out another continuation leg to the upside, breaking this structure to the upside like this, pulling back again, giving us a retracement either to the origin, which is this other block here, or a fair value gap or somewhere, then dishing out a new break of structure here, breaking this structure to create a new one. Let's say another origin, coming back to the origin or stopping at a fair value gap or so and pushing to the upside. Now let's look at it. If price give us a new break of structure like this, then coming back either to the origin or stopping at a fair value gap or so. Now, instead of this particular push here, this is the origin for this push, right? Instead of this particular push here to push all the way up, to break out this one here and to give us a new break of structure, right? But instead of this push here to give us a new break of structure, it decided to stop somewhere here. Okay, decided to stop somewhere here. This is what is called a failed swing. All right, this is what is called a failed swing. Now let's look at it. This is the origin that caused this failed swing, right? This origin here, the last candle to the downside here that caused this failed swing, is what we are going to map out first. I'm just trying to explain it. We are going to map out first here. This is the last candle here, and now this price coming all the way down, breaking out of this origin here, of this origin of this failed swing to the downside here. The last candle that price created here, the last bearish candle that price created before this swing here, is what is known as a mitigation block. Price was pushing to the downside, so we have like the last bearish candle here, right, before this push here, right? So this last candle here becomes the origin of this swing, right? But this swing here fails to dish out a new break of structure, breaking this one here, giving us a new break of structure to the upside, breaking this one here to create a new break of structure, right? Instead of it to dish out a new break of structure, we have what is called a failed swing. That's the first thing. And this failed swing pushes down and breaks the origin of this failed swing here, break the origin of this failed swing to the downside. So that last candle is what is known as a mitigation block. For price to continue to the upside, we want to see price dropping back to respect this origin that caused the break of structure, right? The origin that caused the break of structure, which is an order block, right? But instead of price to respect the origin here that caused this particular swing here, price decided to break out of it. So this last candle here is what is known as a bearish mitigation block. So what we are going to do is we'll try to map that out like this. Let me change the color of this one. Let me use this color. So that origin here, price failing to respect this origin of this failed swing here. So that part is what we are going to map out as our mitigation block. So we are expecting price to do what? To come back to that origin of that failed swing before pushing to the downside. Okay, so this is what is called a mitigation block. Mitigation block is first when price fails to dish out or to create a new break of structure. See, we have a break of structure, but if price fails to give us a new break of structure, instead of this particular move here, this continuation leg to give us a new break of structure, it decided to stop somewhere without getting to this particular high here, stop somewhere and push to the downside. So that origin that caused this particular swing that was leading to the upside is what we are going to map out as our mitigation block. Okay, so the origin that caused this particular swing that was violated, being violated means has failed to hold price, pushing it back to the upside, right? So that origin is what is known as a mitigation block. So when price comes back, you want to see price respecting that point. Okay, initially it was like an order block, but since it has failed to hold price, then price crashing down off that origin is what is known as a mitigation block. It's the same thing if you are looking at it when price is pushing to the downside, right? Now let's say you are seeing something like this. Price is giving you a series of lower low and lower high. Price is giving you a series of lower low and lower high like this, coming back to the origin or stopping somewhere, maybe halfway, dishing out a new break of structure, pushing back, dishing out a new break of structure. A new break of structure means price violating the previous low is created to create a new one like this, and dishing out a new, pulling back again like this. But instead of this particular swing here to push down, breaking this structure here, breaking this particular one to the downside, it fails to create a new break of structure, stopping somewhere like this. This is the origin that causes failed swing. So if the market decides to push from here up like this, so this origin here that caused the failed swing is what we are going to map out as our mitigation block. The last candle that printed to the upside before this failed swing is what we are going to map out as our mitigation block. Okay, now let's go on the chart. Let me show you what I mean. Let's look for a mitigation block on the chart. Okay, so you can see here price was printing to the downside. You can see here, right? Price was printing to the downside. Now we have a pullback, right? This is a pullback. So this particular continuation leg, we are supposed to see it coming down to break this particular one here, to give us a new break of structure down here, right? We're expecting this swing here as it's pushing down. We want to see it coming down to break this one, to dish out a new break of structure. But instead of this swing here to drop all the way down to take out this low we are having here, decided to push to the upside like this. Now this failed swing, this is the origin of this failed swing, this one here, right? Yeah, so if this particular failed swing, if we have a swing like this and price pushed out of the origin that caused the failed swing, that point is what we are going to outline as our mitigation block, right? This point is what we are going to outline as a mitigation block. The last candle that was printing to the upside here, you can see here, this is where the last candle started from. This is a wick, this is just the body, but the whole of this candle is what, let me zoom in so you can see clearly. So this last candle here is what is known as our mitigation block. This last candle here that dished out this failed swing, this is the origin of this failed swing, right? So I'm going to map out the whole of this last candle that was printing to the upside before the failed swing as our mitigation block. So let me just map the whole of it out. Okay, when price comes back to the origin, we're expecting it to push price back up. Let me show you another one. You can see here we have this break of structure. We have this break of structure to the upside. Okay, and this is the origin of this break of structure, right? Pushing to the upside. Now we are having a pullback, right? So this pullback here stops around here. This pullback stops around here, right? And from here we are expecting price to give us a new high that will be higher than this one here. But you can see here, instead of this continuation move, push higher than where this one is, decided to stop somewhere here and started pushing to the downside. Now this origin that caused this failed swing, is what is known as a mitigation block. This origin here, you know, this origin here is supposed to hold price if price is coming back down. Okay, now let's say we are having this swing here, a swing high pushing all the way up, breaking the structure to the upside. So we're expecting a retracement like this, either to this origin here, because this is the origin of this particular move. Let's say this price actually got to this point here to give us a new break of structure. So we are expecting this last bearish candle here to hold price before pushing back to the upside if price should get to this point. But in a situation whereby price fails to give us a new break of structure and decided to break this origin here, so this origin here turns to a mitigation block. Okay, so now we have a failed swing one, and we have price breaking out of the origin of that failed swing. So this origin is what is known as a mitigation block. Okay, so this origin here that was supposed to hold price is what is known as a mitigation block. This other block here now turns to a mitigation block. So we are expecting price to come back to respect this point. As price has broken out of the origin, which is this other block here, we're expecting price to come back to this point, and for this part here to take price back to the downside. So this is what is known as a mitigation block. I hope this video was helpful. If you're new to my channel, please consider smashing the subscribe button. I'm also going to make a video about a breaker block, so stay tuned by subscribing to the channel and make sure you turn on your post notification, so when I post the next one you'll be notified. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.